Watch this video only if you're ready to change how you think, because once you do, you might become someone who no longer worries about what others say. So stop stressing about other people's opinions. Let's dive in. A long time ago, there was a trader named Zeno living in Cyprus. He was very successful, but one day while traveling, his ship sank during a terrible storm. Everything he had worked for was lost. He went from having a lot to starting from nothing again. Now imagine that happened to you. Would you feel frustrated, upset, blame life or the world? Most people would. But Zeno responded differently. He later became known as the founder of a mindset called Stoicism. He realized that a small shift in thinking can completely change how we experience life. Instead of focusing on what he lost, he chose calm. That's what Stoicism teaches. Don't focus on what you can't control. Zeno studied great thinkers of his time and created a new way of understanding life. Stoicism says this: you may not control what happens to you, but you can always choose how to respond. People sometimes think Stoics have no emotions, but that's not true. Stoicism doesn't tell you to ignore your feelings. It helps you manage them. It's not about becoming cold, it's about becoming clear. This way of thinking is still useful today. When something challenging happens, Stoicism doesn't tell you to hide your emotions. It teaches you to work through them and learn from them. Everyone sees life differently. But Stoicism gives you a tool set to grow through every experience. What made Stoicism powerful is that it wasn't only for scholars or leaders. It was for everyone. Whether someone had a high position or humble beginnings, this philosophy was meant for all. Some well-known Stoics include Epictetus, who began life as a servant, Seneca, who was a respected advisor, and Marcus Aurelius, who led an entire nation. They didn't just speak about ideas, they lived them. They stood for fairness, calm thinking, and treating people with kindness. They believed in helping others and staying grounded no matter the situation. So why do people still follow Stoicism today? Because life is full of unexpected events, and emotions often take us off track. Stoicism helps bring you back to center. Think about it. When it rains, suddenly we may get caught off guard. But rain itself isn't bad. It helps the earth, plants, and animals. And when it's over, the sun returns. That's what Stoicism teaches. Stay prepared and don't panic when challenges come. There's even a practice in Stoicism called voluntary discomfort. It means choosing to step out of your comfort zone on purpose. Sleep somewhere simple. Take a cold shower. Walk instead of driving. It reminds you that comfort isn't everything. Mindset is. Doing this helps you stay calm during difficult times. It builds confidence that you can adapt and grow even when things aren't perfect. We live in a time where we're told we need more to be happy. Better things, better looks, better pay. But that belief can make us feel like we're never enough. We all learn from our surroundings, home, school, friends, and they don't always teach the same thing. So instead of accepting everything without thinking, ask yourself, does this help me? If you take in everything without filtering it, you may build goals that aren't even truly yours and feel let down when things don't go as expected. So focus on yourself. Do things because they align with your values. If you help someone, do it because it feels right to you, not because you expect something in return. We often try to fill our inner emptiness with outer things, a new car, a bigger place, a perfect image. But Stoicism reminds us, real happiness doesn't depend on things that can be lost. It depends on your mindset. Everything outside of you, status, objects, even relationships, can change. But your thoughts, choices, and reactions, those are always with you. As the philosopher Seneca wrote, when you learn to live with less, you make space for what really matters. If your life is full of distractions, there's no room left for what brings real joy. So instead of focusing on what you can own, focus on who you can become. Stay steady no matter what happens around you. That's the heart of Stoicism. Epictetus said, "Learn to tell the difference between what's in your control and what's not." That understanding alone can bring peace. You can work hard, set goals, and stay focused, But when things don't go exactly as planned, don't lose hope. That's not failure. That's part of the journey. Let's say you create a video. You write the script, record it, edit, and upload. Up until you hit that upload button, everything is in your hands. But once it's out there, it's not. The reaction is no longer your responsibility. What matters is the honest effort you gave. That's the Stoic mindset. Focus on the input, your actions, not the outcome. You can't control how things land. You always control how you show up. Now imagine someone who's worked hard for months and hopes for a promotion. They present their achievements but don't get what they expected. They feel discouraged. But what if they reminded themselves that they did their best, that their effort matters more than the result? Maybe the timing was off. Maybe there were other factors. But if they let go of the outcome, they'd still walk away with pride. A Stoic doesn't measure success by wealth. For them, real wealth is being okay with what they already have. Stoicism is based on 4 values: wisdom, courage, balance, and fairness. Wisdom is knowing how to respond. As Viktor Frankl once said, between what happens and how we respond, there is a space. And in that space, we have power. Courage means facing challenges and staying true to what's right. Balance means making the most of what you have without excess. And fairness means treating others with care, because we're here to support one another. One inspiring example is Nelson Mandela. Even after facing great difficulty, he chose to lead with peace. While he faced challenges, he used his time to reflect and grow stronger, and helped others do the same. Even in modern psychology, Stoic ideas are used today. In practices like REBT and logotherapy, we learn to replace negative thoughts with healthier ones, and find meaning in life's ups and downs. It's not always easy, but it is powerful. With this mindset, even when life doesn't go as expected, you'll feel grounded. Even if your ship sinks, you'll know you lived with purpose. If this message resonated with you, drop a heart emoji in the comments. More importantly, keep learning, keep growing, and keep going. Thanks for being here.